reality, some true stories leaves you with more than a sour aftertaste. A scar. Your, the movies want us to believe every story must end in happily ever after, when in reality, some true stories leaves you with more than a sour aftertaste. A scar. You're left to manage this car for the rest of your life. This is Alive and Well, a chat show that extracts benefit from those cars and sets free through inner healing, making you look back with forgiveness and forward with focus and determination. Inspiring interviews, interactive shoutouts, indisputable action points. Alive and Well premieres on Friday, 12th of June, 8 p.m. Facebook Live and Instagram Live. Alive and Well, hosted by MC Mark Comedian. Alive and Well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alive and Well. Today's modern world is vibrant and fast changing. It makes us feel the pressure to keep up. In trying to keep up, we sometimes lose focus and authenticity. It's not too late to remind yourself the reason you started to make a difference in the first place. When plans fail, let purpose guide you. When dreams die, dream again. If the world don't give you the stage you deserve, build yours. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Alive and Well. I'm your host, MC Mark. I'm joined in the studio today by two wonderful people. They're both musicians, but they have very rich experience and they all come from very, very, very wonderful niche. This man I'm bringing to you, first of all, is a developer and a musician. He has developed an app. He has solved the mystery of live music post-COVID. Welcome to the studio, Seun Are. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sir?
Yes. Afrobeat on the pad. Show us what you've got.
Let's go there straight. Okay. Let's do this.
Wow. Hang on. I can see there's no percussion there.
Sorry,
It's just you and the iPad.
just me and the iPad. Everything I need for Afrobeat live band for percussion wise is available. Just change and it will be in sync, synchronized, quantized at the right time. It will change to the next beat.
You know, some people will not like you for this. Some percussionists, talking drummers.
In fact, you need to name it whatever you call. I mean, I've gone to show this app, and people were really upset. Like, I'm coming with this to get their job. But wait, I mean, new things are coming out every time. New cars coming out. Everybody needs to like get into the new era of technology that is changing the world. You know.
Wow. We want to know where we can find you. We want to know where we can find this.
Okay, it's available on the App Store and then Google Play. So we're working on a lot of adverts that will show you how to use it. That will be coming out. Just watch out for the space Afrobeat on the pod. You can get us on Facebook, YouTube, but it's available for you on App Store and Google Play. This is iPad version. You have the iPhone version, which you can also connect to your Apple Watch. And you can use the Apple Watch to control it, even if you're on stage and this is back close to the mixer. And then you can just be flipping your different sounds. So it's amazing, bro.
So what's it called on the iPad? What's it called on the iPad or iPhone? What's it called?
Yeah, just search for Afrobeat on the pad.
Afrobeat on the pad.
Yes.
Do I have to do my hand like that when I'm saying it? Afrobeat on the pad.
Well, I mean, it's not to still, okay, you don't want to type the old name together, but it's Afrobeat on the pad. Once you can.
Afrobeat on the pad. Brother,
Yeah.
we'll be with you during the break. Just all that thought there for me. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined in the studio once again. My second guest is seasoned worship leader, a weight loss and weight fitness coach, entrepreneur, actress, parent, event speaker, recording artist, multi award winner, including ADMA, BEFTA, Kingdom Radio Merits, the one and the only psalmist, Shola Victor-Sajowa, world class, phenomenal. How are you today, man?
I am blessed and highly favored. Thank you so much.
Wow. I'm loving the haircut. I'm loving the fashion. And we're loving your work.
Say
Incredible.
that again, please.
I said, I'm loving the haircut. I'm loving the fashion.
Thank you.
And we're loving your work.
Thank you
We're
so
here to
much.
talk about
Thank
you.
you.
Yes. So, where did it all start from?
I missed the last thing you said.
Where did it all start from?
Which one? What are we? Where did what start from?
Let's start with the music. You are world class phenomenal recording artist. You have loads of um, wonderful songs to your name, Eledumare. You have quite a lot of them, which I'll be showing the audience in a minute. But where did it all start from?
Right. I bless God. I think my mom said from age 3, I had always loved music. My dad did not really help in the sense that in the house we had lots of music in the house, and so did my mom. Didn't help either because she had lots of music. You know, the vinyl records, the big ones and the small ones. So from Elbe to Sonny Ade to Fela Anukulako Kuti, and you had the singers. We had all sorts of music in the house. I believe my love for music started from way back when I was a little girl. As I grew older and older, I mean, the love for music increased. Until even when before I gave my life to Christ, 1987 was when I gave my life to Christ. I think my kind of music now changed from then into gospel music because I gave my life to Christ. Obviously, my music kind of changed. And yeah, but it was when from then I began to lead worship in church and things. It was when I had my 13-year-old son. Around that time, I released my first album. That's when everything kicked off, and we began to get invites from different places. And awards and stuff began to follow.
All the thought there. I'm going to show the audience one of your clip just for them to have a taste of.
Tells us to worship the one who our hearts adore, the one who gave his all, to whom we all belong. We come with love in our hearts. This done not out of cheap grace, but out of a
Comparing you just as floating there, not a physical that lasts for a while. Just as floating there, flowing from the heart in a language that only lovers know. Lovers of the one who is so true, one who never fails. He is so pure, one who reigns forever, one who's always there.
I'm just going to dance away and enjoy the music if we don't come back to the studio here. That was an amazing music. What motivated you to do As Love Demands? That particular song.
I missed that.
What was your motivation? What was your motivation for that song? That was a very beautiful song. What was your motivation?
Thank you. I remember I went to minister somewhere. It was an event, a concert of some sort, if I'm trying to remember. But what stood out for me was when the MC was told to introduce me. And it said, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Shiola Victor-Sajowa. She's a God lover. and many other things, but that stuck in my mind, and I had to compose myself as I went on stage, because I was thinking, God lover, truly I love God, and I'm not because of I love him because of who he is and who he is to me. I'm only 52 years young, but many times when I look back and see where he's brought me from and the things he rescued me from and how he's been to me, I cry out, he hears me, he makes so. The work of his hands always blows my mind. There's so much I thought about him. I'm like, yeah, I do love God. Who will not love a God like this? So that's actually what informed composition of that song.
Brilliant. You said where he rescued you from,
Amen. Say that again.
meaning where you said where God rescued you from.
Oh my gosh. I need to hear you. Last thing you said, sir.
Okay. When you were speaking now, you said that we would not love a
Yes.
God from where he rescued you from.
Yes.
Can you tell us
Oh,
a
you want
little
to know
bit
where
about
he
that?
rescued me from?
Yes, that would be lovely. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, like I said, I gave my life to Christ 1980, and before then I was not born again. If that answers your question, I was not born again at all. The kind of things I dabbled in, it had to take God to save me. So one man, they told that, oh, guess what? Shola is now born again. He said in my native language, tó bá rí nǹkan Jésù á fi sílẹ̀. But now, since 1988, 87, I have not turned back. So that's what I meant by where I was coming from. I'm not
That's
sure
brilliant.
delving into that would help, but that just gives you an idea.
That is brilliant. There's another thing. Looking at that video, obviously you had a different outlook there. Weight loss fitness coach. Where did that
Yes, sir.
journey come from?
Wow. 19 it was March 2000. No, well, not March 2000. March 2018. Actually, you were the MC at our birthday party, if you remember clearly.
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah,
when we had our birthday party? Okay. Now, there were some things that happened on that day, and days after that, it was a health scare. It happened 3 times after that, and while I was speaking to the doctor, because okay, I was on admission in the hospital, and then the doctors were saying, oh, it's this, it's that. One doctor was hinting high blood pressure. Maybe you need to cut out things, you need to watch what you are eating or how you are cooking your foods, because the way you Africans and us Asians, he said, the way we make our food or cook our food is similar. So maybe you need to change along those lines. I was now discharged into the hands of my doctor, and we were discussing. I said, look, this doctor said blah blah blah. He was talking about high blood pressure. My doctor said you don't have high blood pressure. To cut the long story short, she put me on a 24-hour monitor to kind of see what was going on with my health. And by the time the results came, I did not have high blood pressure. So she now said, I said, okay, so what then is the problem? What if I lose weight? Would that help? She said, that would help. So that I began, and I said, okay, send me to a nutritionist so I know what I'm supposed to be eating. And I began to also do my research. So long and short of that, I began to lose a lot of weight. And then people began to notice and were asking me, what did you do? Because many people they've tried all sorts of diets known to man. It's not worked for them. So what did you do? Is that you, Sister Shola? Where is the rest of you? And with all those questions, they now said I should help. And that's how that's how the whole journey started, helping one person, and then it led to all other referrals. And that's where the journey began. Yeah.
wow. Tell us, journey of weight loss. How easy or how difficult is it?
You see, I say to people, Once you understand your why for anything, that's what would help you to carry on with it. So my understanding, my why for the weight loss was this. That day, because that day was my husband and myself, we decided to do a joint 50th birthday party. Like I said, you were the MC, and
Yeah.
all there was drama going on behind the scenes, but our guests were in the hall. Now, my why for the weight loss was the faces of my family, my husband and my children, the way they were looking at
Mhm.
me like, what's happening to mom? What's happening to mom? So for me, that was my why. If now anything now wants to come that wants to distract me, all I need to do is to remember my why. So difficulty doesn't even come into play. I want to have a better quality of life, So whatever decisions I have to make, whatever changes I have to make, it has no, I mean, I have no excuse for not sticking to it. So it being difficult, no, it wasn't difficult. I always had my why in the front of my mind, and that informed every decision I made, every change I made.
Okay, thank you. You have your why. What is your what? What are the things you've actually changed? What are the things that helps? I have more than 1,000 people crying out, I want to lose weight, I want to lose it. Some people even say, oh God, what happens? I lose weight. The following day I go to check myself, I've added weight. And I tell them it's because you weighed yourself before you had eaten. So what is it that actually works precisely?
Mhm. Truth of the matter is, weight loss is 80% what you are eating and 20% what you do with it. It's a combination of what you are eating, how you are eating, when you are eating, and what you are doing with what you are eating. So when you are eating is the time. Some of us, particularly people who live a very, very, very life, you find that sometimes you finally get home. I mean, thank God our traffic jam in the UK is not as bad as other countries. But like you get home around 8 o'clock sometimes. And then some people want to have heavy duty pounded yam and with a forest of with a jungle of meats and everything. So by 10 p.m., they finally loaded the meal. Before you know it, they've knocked out. You see what I'm saying? When you are eating and you now go to bed with a heavy stomach like that, there's no room. Your body has not been given the chance to digest what you've eaten. So you store some, you get rid of some. So when you are eating, what you are eating also matters. Many of us, I mean, from where we come from, rice seems to be the staple dish, for example, or heavy meals like that, what you're eating. And then vegetable will just be a little garnish. Come as of you did not put vegetable, so that people do not say you did not add vegetable, but then plenty of meat to it. So you now go to the toilet and you're wondering why you are making so much noise because you're not balancing your foods properly. A healthy plate should be half of it should be vegetables, the other half your carb, and then your protein. Instead of what we typically do back home, where the whole plate is rice, and that's your carbs. And then so it's what you are eating and what you are doing with what you are eating. After now eating, now you now sit down, particularly parents of my kind of background. Jane, Shagun, bring the remote. Tunde, oh yeah, Mila, go to that, go and do the shopping. Then he's sitting down on the newspaper. He's sitting down there, no time about what he has eaten. So it's what you are eating, when you are eating, and what you are doing with what you are eating is a combination of things. So exercise also is necessary. You see, bodily exercise profited little, my pastor said, the Bible says, but it says you must at least do that little. So I discovered and with my research that is in addition to what you are eating, because some people will go for diet upon diet upon diet, and they are wondering why they're not losing weight because they're not even adding exercise to it as well. And exercise doesn't mean being in the gym. It's a whole total change of your lifestyle. That's what I did, and that's what has helped me. But I teach people this.
Bam!
I hold a 4-week course where I will share absolutely everything I did. So it's more detailed.
Oh, brilliant. You're going to tell us about that course. You're going to tell us about what how people can get that course. You're going to tell us what you would have done if you were not singing, and you're going to tell us. Obviously, you're a wife of a pastor. You're going to tell us about the church and what some people think about additional churches. Why do we need an additional church or not? After this break, let me bring this young man back to the studio to do a sign-off song for us. Seun Are, you're back in the studio with us. Thank you. You want to do a song for us? Possible? Tell us about different genre of music on African on the pad. You know,
Afro,
each time you have to
Afro,
do your Afrobeat on the pad. You got to do that every time.
no, that's just for the camera, just Afro beat on the back. Okay, so we've done. I think we've done the highlight bit. We have some other beats as well, which would give us, like when you want to exalt God in your. So these are just when you exalt. This kind of faith is when you exalt God and your place of worship, like this origin, like you want to give God His eulogy and all sort of things. So I've made it in a way whereby you can actually feel like you're right with your instrumentalists and musicians. So that's one. And also another genre is this, which would be this kind of. You will never change, ancient of days, as old as you are, as old as you are, you will never change.
Brilliant. So, in total, how many genre do you have on Afrobeat on the pad?
I think we have like 10, but there are a lot of varieties to each genre. You want to spice it up, different styles, and then just make it sound really good so that you don't have one genre and that's what you have, but we have different variations of one genre because we have different styles. Sometimes we have Makosa, we have Salsa, we've got beats, Fuji, we've got Kegite, we've got South African beat, and lots more. So we just want to spice it out, and also you can put your song if you have your soundtrack to live, load it up there, and you can actually use it on the stage perfectly.
Brilliant. Fantastic. One final time, where can people get it?
You can get it from App Store and Google Play. This app is available for iPad and iPhones, and even on Apple Watch. You can use the Apple Watch to control the iPhone app without even touching the iPhone app. And also for the Android part of it, you have it on Android phone and Android tablet. So whatever you're paying for, you have it covered in the two different platforms, iOS and Android. So that's it.
Brilliant. Well done. Another African brother doing an invention there. Everyone shouting, Africans don't invent. We do. When
Yes,
we do, we need people. We need people to buy the invention so that we can invent again.
yes,
Is
sir.
that right?
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
brother. I'm gonna love you and leave you there. It's been nice chatting with you.
Nice.
Africa Afrobeat on the pad. God bless you, brother. I'm gonna just do one advert and then we'll come back to you right there.
The best kinds of people are the ones that come into our lives and make us see the sun where we once saw clouds. The people that believe in us so much until we start believing in ourselves again. They show their love for us. The best kinds of people are the ones that come into our lives and make us see the sun where we once saw clouds. The people that believe in us so much until we start believing in ourselves again. They show their love for us when we couldn't reciprocate and were instrumental in turning our ordinary moments extraordinary. We must find time to stop and thank these people. who made differences in our lives. Alive and well, we thank these people for you in front of the whole world. You may lost their names and what they did at marklifeshow@gmail.com. These once in a lifetime kind of people who has helped you through a difficult period deserves to be thanked. Name and what they did. marklifeshow@gmail.com. Alive and Well Chat Show. Fridays 8 p.m. Facebook Live. Hosted by Inti.
Okay, we're back in the studio with multi-award winning fitness coach, instructor, musician, mother, wife of a pastor. Can I ask you to please unmute yourself and please speak louder? Psalmist Shiola Victor-Sajowa, wife of a pastor. How do you combine all these things? Musician, fitness coach, um, mother, entrepreneur. Obviously, you still have to go all over the world performing. How do you combine all of this with a smile on your face?
Sufficient for me. That's what I would say. And it helps also that I have a great support system. Thank God I have my husband is by God's grace, he's my cheerleader. He'd say, no problem, you can go. I remember earlier days of my ministry when I, traveling, he'd say, you go, I was, So and obviously learning how to prioritize. I've learned not to yes every invitation. I have learned not every invitation, prioritizing things. I know which one, because at the end of the day, I'm a growing child myself. You see what I'm saying? So, but I have number one, it's the fact that them and learning, not being afraid to say no sometimes when I have to. I'm, handing over every invite to God. So that's really been the what so far.
Great. What do you have to say
Amen.
to those who think we don't need another church? You pastor a church, your husband pastors a church. What do you have to say to those who think we need inventors, we need new technology, we need to keep up with the rest of the world? We don't need another church. What have you got to say to them?
I think whoever says that we don't need another church, I could also say, are you saying we don't? It's just like they're saying we don't need another family. Because every fellowship, every church is a family. And the nation that we are in, we are growing every day. If you go to the hospital, the maternity ward, families are being created every day. Babies are being born every day. And obviously, what attracts you in my native language, what pleases you is not something that pleases me. That's why twins, spouses, we all have things that attract us to a particular gathering, to a particular fellowship. We cannot all be from KICC. Not everybody in the UK, not everybody in the UK can be from Redeemed. Not everybody in the UK can be from CNS or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So there's something that draws you to a, so you cannot negate or over. You can tomorrow. I'm sure somebody is receiving an idea right now, receiving a call even as we speak. So you cannot stop growth. That go from even the Tower of Babel. They try to put everybody in one place, contrary to God's plan. And when they tried to do that, God had to say, wait, because this was not the original plan. So whoever says there should not be another church, that cannot happen. Technology, of course. The church in technology. Right now, we are using technology. During the lockdown, we had to be using technology to speak to thousands of people in church. Many people were watching. This morning, Pastor Matthew holds a, people are tuning in from Dubai, from South Africa, from everywhere in the world to just join in to pray. What did we use? Technology. The church is using technology to reach the world. So everything has its own place. But please, if you think there cannot be any other church growing or starting a new church starting, oh boy, change direction of that thinking, because it can't stop.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. So tell us about this. Your obviously people are going to say, okay, pastor, fitness coach. Is it not is it not counter each other? How which one will one of it would certainly take your time more? How can you tell us how you can match both and still be effective? Because one is saying trust God for your health, the other one is saying your health is in your own hands.
If you look at the Old Testament, our Father listed the kind of foods you to eat and the one you're not supposed to eat. This is our Creator Himself giving you. When the Israelites were going through the wilderness, there were things they were supposed to eat and not supposed. These were covenant children of God, but God will give them specifics. Our God is particular about specifics, and our specifics is what you are eating. So no, it does not negate it. It works hand in hand. And also, you have to be in health to pursue your career, whatever it is you are doing. Imagine, because when somebody overweight or whatever, it's like all your focus is on getting better. So why not do the right thing then? And I was watching an advert for the really talking about how you need to start working on yourself and everything, because when everything is in order, when diseases like the COVID-19 hit, anyway, that's a story for another day, controversy. Okay, but it does not hinder the other. It matches. It's a marriage of purpose. I don't know if that
It's a
answered your
marriage.
question.
Yes, you did. You did. And I like the analogy there that there are certain things that God said we should eat. There are other things that I said we shouldn't eat. Fufu is one of them, indicatively. I know you didn't say that. I know you didn't say
Food
that.
is your
No,
issue.
but but tell us, these training courses, where can people buy them? Where can people get them? How can people
Okay.
access them?
Okay, if you connect with me on Instagram, I have two pages, Shola Victor-Sajowa, and the other one is Making Healthy Change. And just inbox me, I'll take you through it. But what I do, I hold 1 hour Zoom sessions. It normally spills over somewhat. 1 hour Zoom sessions where I will share what I did to lose weight. We'll review where you are, and we'll then be able to chart a program for you, particularly that will suit your particular needs. Also, I hold a 4 week, it's either the 1 week one or the 4 week program, which also includes a Zoom session. And then every day you will hear from me, oh, what you're supposed to be eating, meal plans, like I'm holding your hand to take you through what I went through. So it's very thorough and it's tailored to suit whoever needs it. So check me out on. I'm also on Facebook. There's a page called Making Healthy Changes, and also my YouTube channel, Making Healthy Changes with Shola Victor-Sajowa. Right there, just watch my videos. Connect with me. Success@aol.com.
That is brilliant. Closing, I'm going to close with one of your music tracks. But tell us, what would you say to your 16-year-old self, finally? If you were to look back at your 16-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Right. If I'm to look back at my 16 I would say stay in class. I would say life is an adventure. I would say follow your dreams. It will work out. And I would say trust God.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Psalmist Shola Victor-Sajowa. You've shared your details. And also, I'll close with one of your music, just so people can enjoy and relish that moment again. And this time around, it's going to be one of those ones that people who speak the language will enjoy.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Words fail me, expressions elude me. When I try to say I am grateful, I can't imagine how you sought me out and brought me through. In spite of my troubles, you came to my rescue. many words to tell you how much I love you. How can I tell you that you do well? You do well. You do well. Everybody can. You do well. You do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from us today on Alive and Well. I've been joined by two wonderful people. The Seun Are, who was a developer, and he needs you to buy the app so he can develop other things as well. For those who believe in buying black businesses from black businesses, and of course Shiola Victor-Sajowa, who's been absolutely amazing today. Okay, so one big lesson to take away from this edition: it was a doctor that had a conversation that made a change in the way Psalmist Shola Victor-Sajowa addressed our health situation. Who is that person in your life who would make a change? Or would you be the person that will help somebody to realize destiny or change in their life? It's from me, your boy, MC Mark. Join us again, same time next week on Alive and Well. Bye for now.